host, Sean, aka Bishop, here to give you the recap from Monday night's game between the New York Giants and those Minnesota Vikings. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming to tune in to my podcast in regards to the recap. As I stated, it is the recap of Monday night's game in regards to the Denver Broncos. The Giants playing the Minnesota Vikings, and the Minnesota Vikings come out on top with the win, 24-10. I predicted the score would be 28-24, but however, I still got the win. That put me at 9-5 for week 4. So I'm happy about that. That puts the Giants at 2-2, and that puts the Minnesota Vikings still undefeated with a record of 4-0. So there's only 3 undefeated teams in the NFL that remain as of right now. That is the Denver Broncos, the Minnesota Vikings, and of course my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. So moving on, and let's talk about the game in itself, and let's give a recap. Sam Bradford had a great game. He threw 26 for 36 for 262 yards and 1 touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end for the Vikings, caught 5 receptions, 55 yards and a touchdown. And then Jerick McKinnon ran 18 times for 85 yards and also scored a touchdown, which was the game-winning touchdown toward the end of the game. The Giants, Eli, he just couldn't get it done. He threw a pick. Other than that, the big story in this game, I would have to say from last night, is the fact that Odell Beckham, his on-the-field issues in which he has, it seems as though to me, and this is just me, it seems to me that Odell Beckham has some anger management issues. And when I say that, because he pretty much almost got into the same type of confrontation that he got into with Josh Norman last year. He got into it with who was it this game? I don't even know who the actual Viking was in which he got into it with in this game. But it just looks like Odell Beckham needs to find himself and stop being a distraction for his team. He's doing a lot of things that takes away a lot of attention away from where the attention needs to be focused, and that's trying to do whatever you have to do to get the win of that game. Odell, he didn't have a great game. He had a few catches, but he just didn't have enough to spark his team. And like I said, Eli Manning, he threw 25 or 45 for 261 yards, which wasn't bad. It's just the fact that they just couldn't get it done. They couldn't get it done against the Vikings. And Odell Beckham has a lot to I feel like has a lot to do with that. Beckham hasn't seen the end zone this year yet. And then he got into it with that's what it was. Xavier Rhodes is the cornerback in which he got into it with. They had a confrontation on the sideline. It was a small confrontation, and some people may say it was because Rhodes hit him late. Rhodes is a big DB. Rhodes looked like, I think he's about 6'2", probably about 225. He's a big DB, and he popped Odell a little bit out after Odell Beckham was out of bounds, and Odell Beckham got a bit upset about it, and so he kind of rushed him and whatnot, and was probably had a few choice words with Rhodes, but he only had 23 yards on 3 catches. Odell Beckham, that's not, come on, this is the premier receiver, supposedly, as I spoke about earlier, in regards to, one of the top receivers in the NFL league, and he's only getting 23 yards. Victor Cruz and Sterling Shepard were quiet as well for the Giants. These are the 3 premier receivers for the Giants. All 3 of them, which they stated yesterday, all 3 of these receivers, none of them are over 6 feet, with Victor Cruz being right at 6 feet. So they have to make plays down the field. They got to stretch the field. Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard, he's a former OU player, was the wide receiver who was putting up great numbers in Oklahoma last year. So it's just, I feel like, again, it goes back to the fact that Odell Beckham is a huge distraction. Whether when he's on the field, he's a great player, but he needs to let his game speak for him and not let his actions speak for him. Or if you're gonna let your actions speak for you, let your actions in regards to your gameplay speak for you in the game. So with that being said, they got to figure out some things with Odell Beckham and stuff like that. He can't continue to do that and think that that's going to get them further in the league. A lot of the analysts and stuff like that on Good Morning Football and stuff like that, some people have the Giants doing better than what a lot of people feel like they will be doing in this season. I don't feel like the Giants. I think the Giants will probably end up last in the NFC East. Of course, I feel like, and I'm gonna be biased because I feel like the Eagles are going to take over the NFC East. We have a game this Sunday versus who do we play Sunday? Let me see. Let me find out for y'all real quick. Who we play Sunday, because the Eagles, we have a huge game on Sunday, and it's not a huge game actually. I don't know. I know we got Dallas here in about 2 weeks though. That's gonna be a big game, especially if Dallas and Philadelphia is still undefeated. But with that being said, I don't know. The Giants just have some things they need to figure out, and I feel like one of the things they need to figure out and fix is Odell Beckham on the field actions. If they can fix that with Odell Beckham, they may be a better team. As long as he let his gameplay, his catching do what it's supposed to do, he'll be fine. I think the Giants will do okay, but he has to let that happen. The Philadelphia Eagles, we're visiting Detroit, who are 1-3. So yeah, that's what it is. But again, last night's game was a great game between the Vikings and the Giants. I expected the Vikings to win just like they did. I don't know what the Giants going to do. I'm sure they're going to have some things in which they going to talk about today and tomorrow and through the week, trying to find out ways to get more points on the board and trying to get more wins in the win column for them. But with that being said, that's pretty much the recap for Monday night's game. So again, thank y'all for watching the Power 3 podcast. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like my podcast and like what you see in regards to us talking about football, or whether it's college or NFL football. Again, thank y'all for watching the Power 3 podcast. It's been great. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please leave comments in regards to the games in which I predict. Again, I went 9-5 for week 4 in the NFL. Look for me to come back to see y'all on look for me for the podcast on Thursday for Thursday's night's game, which is the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. So look for that podcast, pregame and postgame. So again, thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all continue to follow me, continue to subscribe, and continue to give me those thumbs up. Please leave comments and everything like that. And again, I thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a great Tuesday morning, and I'll catch y'all on the flip. This is your boy Sean, aka for the Power Podcast, Bishop. I'm out. Peace.